Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Let me know if you can hear me. Calm down with the speculation and see you're already getting there. Someone's asking me to do slow mode. Mate, I'm a proper boomer with this stuff. I have no idea how to do that yet. This is like the third time I've ever used live streaming software, so whatever. I'm doing well with this stuff. Right, I'll wait a little bit until people come in and I'll just tell you what I'm doing. I'm doing the live stream because people keep asking me to do one once a week. Put it to my members and I'm a man of my word. I said I would do a weekly live stream to catch up on the week's news and let you guys ask questions and yeah, just to round up stuff that's happened because it can get a bit overwhelming. All right, Vindicator, nice to see you, buddy. It can get a bit stressful, you know, the week. It piles up, doesn't it? The information, the outrage, the bullshit. So I thought I'd just do a roundup and just let everyone, yeah, just get things off their chest. Ask me some questions. I've actually got a mod in the comment for the first time ever. So if anyone says anything duplicitous, starts threatening people, you're out. Sorry, one strike only. We're seeing what's happening right now with certain grifters on the right, fake right, sorry, where they're sending people into other people's chats just to stir shit up. So yeah, none of that stuff as well. But yeah, I just thought I'd come out, do a live stream. I don't do them because I hate them, but I'm doing it because the members have asked. So it's against my will, guys. But maybe I'll learn to love it. Who knows? Probably not, but we'll see. I'll just wait a little bit longer, and then we'll get into what's happened. You know, I mean, everyone saw the thumbnail, right? Don't speculate, guys. Don't speculate. Whatever you do. What a world. So I'll just tell you a bit about my week then. All my weeks kind of roll into the other one. I'm not really a sociable person, and I probably do spend a little bit too much time online, but it's the job, you know. I'm kind of committed now to making sure that we elect a party that actually represents the people instead of doing that thing that we usually do where we elect actual demons that want to do horrible things to our children or just don't care if horrible things happen to them. So, you know, it's my job to kind of wake people up and not just to like the possibility of a new party that could actually represent you, which is nice, you know, for a change, but also to the grifters, the charlatans, the gaslighters, the people, the fake patriots, plastic patriots, you know, just, I don't want to get too much into this, but we've seen very recently just how slimy they are and the tactics that they use. Like, yeah, it's not good. It's not good, guys. Imagine waking up like, and then looking at YouTube one morning and someone's like, hey, did you see this video? And I click on it and it's me talking shit about me. It's like, what the fuck? That was a new one. I've never experienced that before. I woke up to see myself talking shit about myself. Amazing. It's a new tactic anyway. Channel didn't last long, did it? Got took down straight away. So thank you, YouTube, for that, for being proactive. If they did, I don't know if they actually did it themselves or he just shit himself. And thank you all you guys for reporting it as well, because you know, I don't want people's channels to be brought down, but that was a brand new channel. That was his first video and he was using AI to deepfake me. Yeah, get rid of that fuck. That fuck's gone straight away. I'll go over the super chats and stuff at the end, guys. I don't want to incentivize it, if you know what I mean. So I'll do all that at the end. I'll go over them, but I won't let it interrupt the stream. It's not really about that. So I'll cover it at the end if we've got time, and then we'll just do that as it happens. So now there's enough people here. We'll go into this. May as well add this to the stream. Right. So we've got what have we got here? Yeah, I wanted to talk about this story. So this is my website, by the way, guys. This is what I use for news now. I've got like this rolling ticker tape thing at the top. It's all free. by the way. It's a little bit like Ground News, only you don't pay for it. It's got a member section of stuff, that, like a little community tab that you can pay for if you wanna like join the community. But everything else is free. It shows the articles, like a full write up of each article. It shows all the videos, my recent videos. And this is my favorite one, the Intel page, which shows all of the latest news. And it's not the stuff that you usually see. It's really interesting stuff. So anyway, I found out about this news from my own website, which is pretty cool. So accounts, absolute carnage. Driver mows down numerous pedestrians in a busy UK Derby city centre. Man in 30s arrested on the scene. Man in 30s. Wow, I wonder what that could be. A man in his 30s. Again. I mean, don't speculate, guys, but we usually find out pretty quickly if it's one of us, don't we? Let's do this. So we'll go through the story, and then I'll see what we can find on X. Probably not a lot. And I don't like doing these kinds of stories where they're breaking, because it's full of misinformation. You can never really get it 100% right. And you never know what they really put out there to trip you up either. They could really just put anything out there. So a driver plowed into a black Suzuki Swift. I can't read. A driver plowed a black Suzuki Swift into a crowd of pedestrians in the heart of the UK's Derby city centre late last night. So they've got plenty of time to release CCTV. They probably have a camera looking into the windshield. So they probably know what he looks like, injuring numerous people, some seriously, in what police are describing as a major incident. Definitely not a terrorist attack, though. Definitely not that. Burn some fucking ambulances, and that's a terrorist attack. Plow into pedestrians. No, it's just a major incident, guys. Sit back, relax, don't speculate. The incident occurred at approximately 9:30 p.m. in the Friargate area, a popular area filled with bars, restaurants, and shops. So, not halal. Emergency services rushed to the scene and found injured people lying on the pavement, blood on the ground, and bystanders screaming for help. A all too common scene in the UK these days. Paramedics treated victims at the scene before transporting many locals to hospital. Derbyshire police confirmed that a man in his 30s was arrested shortly after the incident and remains in custody. Well, what does he look like, guys? Just wondering what he looks like. Does he come from any particular religion? Officers described the investigation as being in its early stages and emphasized I mean, how can you hit 30 people and not mean it? Early stages, and emphasized there is no ongoing threat to the public. In a statement, police said a number of people were injured, some of them seriously. They were treated at the scene by an ambulance crews before being taken to hospital. Probably not Jewish ambulances, though. Probably just the normal ones. Before taken to hospital, authorities are appealing for witnesses who may have seen a black Suzuki Swift being driven in Derby around the time of the incident. Why? Footage circulating on social media shows the immediate aftermath. Witnesses speaking to the Mirror said it was absolute carnage, though no fatalities have been confirmed. Another witness told the paper, we were walking down the street when it happened. There was screaming and yelling. It was horrendous. Yes, we get that. Okay. It's sickening. Yes. Okay. Anything about what he looks like? Police spokesman for Derbyshire Constabulary said a man has been arrested after multiple pedestrian. Nothing at all. Yeah. So I don't know, guys. You know, when I kind of see stuff like this, I immediately think, well, it's probably not a Welsh choir boy, or it might be. Who knows? How many times does it have to happen in this country before? I mean, I'm not saying something happens. I mean, something is already happening. We've got a new political party that is being built around the idea of stamping this out forever. But I mean, think about how many people have died since this mass immigration scourge has been perpetrated on the people of this country against their will. How many people have been sacrificed on the altar of globalism and multiculturalism And even the grooming gangs, guys, no one's been arrested. No one's been put to trial. No one's had to face the consequences. The people that actually did it to the girls, I think they're now out on the streets walking among us again. And every day there's like a new sexual assault scandal. There's a new murder. Thankfully, the rampages aren't all too common, but they're still happening fairly frequently. And you just have to think, like, is there any consequences for the people that have done this to us? It's fucking remarkable. It's remarkable. It really is. I was looking at some old videos the other day of looking at some old videos of London the other day. I might be able to show you it. Hang on, see if I can. Video file. I've got tons and tons of like these old videos and stuff. I'll see if I can show you one. And it's just such a different England. Such a wonderfully white country. And I mean that in the true sense of the word, safe. It looked really safe. Old England. Let's have a look at this. See if I can find the London one in particular. Where are we? It was the 1980s. Manchester, London, 60s, 50s. It's worth it, guys. Like it's worth seeing it. 1980s, okay, Oxford Street. Let's see if I could show you this. It's not AI, it's been upscaled. Like it was super bad quality. Filmed on a ancient potato. I mean, it just looks nice. All right, that's a really shitty video. I shouldn't have shown you that one. That is awful. No, go away, go away. I think I must have seen a different one because that looked like Legoland or something. Yeah, there was one black fella. Notice how everyone. No, I don't. I'm not going to go into it, guys. Like, there's certain things that is true about black people. They have a higher propensity for violence. The fact that people ignore that is kind of weird. The fact that you get called racist for saying that is kind of weird. It's also kind of weird that they complain that you have an identity and it's called English and they try and take that away from you, tell you everyone's got a level playing field while pulling you down and saying, you're not allowed to go to university even though you got better scores. We're going to invite that guy, but we don't see race. I mean, it's full of contradictions and hypocrisy, and it's done. I think it's done on purpose to demoralize everyone. But yeah, I'm going to catch up, actually. What time is it? I feel like I've been doing this for ages already. I can't stand this stuff. I hate lives. I hate living. Is that what you call it? Such a boomer. Stop the screen, right? I'm gonna catch up on the videos that I've done so I could just talk about the news this week. Share screen. I can do this. Share. Do it. There. Now go to articles. No, videos. All right. Can you see that? Yeah, cool. All right. So, yeah, I made this video about what it means to be English. I think it was quite good because a lot of people, they understand DNA, right? But we're not allowed to talk about DNA. And if we do talk about DNA, they don't talk about DNA. They're always like, yeah. DNA is racist. Shut up. How can you define an Englishman? Well, I killed that one. I think I did that remarkably good justice by saying, actually, went through all the different reasons, talked about how defining something that's thousands of years old and is inherent to your very nature is impossible anyway. It's like describing to a blind man what the color green is. And then the foreigners, they're the blind people, right? They're coming into your country and they're demanding that you accept their interpretation of what the color green is. And you're just like, no. I can see what it is. I can feel it. I know exactly what it is. And at the end of the day, if you haven't seen the video, I'm going to spoil it for you. The closing point was, if you have to ask what it means to be English, then you're not fucking English, are you? Because we don't have to ask. We can feel it inherently within ourselves. No Englishman has ever asked me, what does it mean to be English? Not one in my entire life, but a bunch of foreigners have, which says it all, really. Next video. Oh, this Indian Punjabi GT guy. Yeah, I don't know how you... This was my question to Reform voters. I honestly don't know how these people can justify or rationalize the level of betrayal and still support this party. Like, it's actually remarkable. Does it go beyond cognitive dissonance? What is that? Is it a cult now? Like, they're doing the opposite of what they were set up and promised to do. Like, exactly the opposite. They would drain the swamp. They've literally sucked up the entire fucking swamp. They would be for the English. They're hiring people on student visas from Bangladesh. They were going to be the party of honesty and truth. And Nigel Farage has flip-flopped and lied about every single thing possible. He's flip-flopped so hard that he's went from saying something, then denying it, and then denying that he denied he said it in the first place, and then saying that he actually believes in that thing all the way, like a fucking merry-go-round. You can't win with this guy. Like, he is just such a slimy, sleazy bastard. And then I was talking about how actually, when you hear all these naysayers, so everyone just looked into the future. When you hear all these people, these naysayers, and they tell you that you can't save the country, we all know who we're talking about here. You just can't do it. It's too late. I don't know what you want, man. I can't do his accent. But you know what I'm talking about, right? That guy, the guy that says it's too late, the guy that says you've already lost. I don't believe that at all. That's absolute bullshit. El Salvador, they showed the whole world what's possible when you have a strong will and you put your mind to it and you start locking up criminals. So in our case, you'd need to lock up the criminals and stop releasing them onto the street the same day or the next week to do the same thing again. But also, millions must go. And if you've got a strong will and the ability to do it and the mandate, which they did, the difference between what their country looked like just a few years ago to what it looks like now is the same as looking at what London used to look like in the past and what it looks like now, only reversed. So we've seen managed decline and complete degradation. They've seen the opposite. They've seen a massive boon to their economy. Their president is absolutely adored by the people. And it looks like their country is pretty actually beautiful. The cities look beautiful. And it's one of the safest countries in the Western Hemisphere. That's a pretty good job. He's only been in the job for a few years, guys. That's absolutely remarkable. I think Rupert Lowe could do something similar. So when you've got these numpties saying that it's impossible, they're either completely ignorant or they're lying to you. And if they're lying to you, then you have to wonder why. You know, why would they be lying to you? Why would they be trying to convince you that something isn't possible? What possible motivation could they have to say that you can't do it? Fuck that. Fucking, we're English. We can do anything we want. Oh, yeah. After that, is this still in the same week? What is it now? It's the 29th. So I have to go all the way. Oh, Jesus Christ. This whole thing. Yeah, so busy week, guys. So then, obviously, I woke up one day and I saw myself attacking myself, but with Richard Inman's voice. Now, I can't categorically say that it was Richard Inman, but motherfucker sounded just like him, didn't he? So maybe it wasn't, just saying, sounded just like him. So I woke up and saw myself attacking myself, saying that I was dumb. I was so dumb. Look how dumb I am. He's so dumb. He just flip-flops. Look at him. He's so dumb. That was pretty much the argument. He flip-flops. Look how he's changed his mind since he started his channel. And I just went back and showed everyone the very first video I made. I was like, yeah, look, I'm saying exactly the same thing. These people. These people. I can't do it, guys. Like, they're mental. They really are. Like, what kind of argument was that? You spent all that time making this AI hit piece of myself, right? Spent hours probably doing it. And then the best you could come up with was, look at Dino brain, the dinosaur brain. Look how dumb he is. He always says the opposite. He's flip-flopped. It's like, oh, what the fuck, dude? Is that the best? That's it. That's all you've got. That's your ammunition. That's your nuclear, fucking thermonuclear strike on the channel. Amazing. Amazing. Only one guy could be so retarded. Anyway, next video. Then I started talking about good news. Yeah. The good news was Restore Britain in the polls. So they're currently, 8 to 10% on different polls. But the one that I found really interesting was the, what do they call it? The grassroots poll from Reform UK itself. So they were probably expecting, because it's their own poll with their own members, they were probably expecting Reform UK to be way out in head. But Restore Britain was on 51%. And what I found really interesting about that poll was if you took away the 51%, the poll looked as it does now in the polls that you see normally. So you've got Reform UK in first, and then I think it was the Conservatives and Labour in second and third. And it looked the same as it does now. But it had Restore Britain on 51%. And I was just thinking to another video that I made, and it was in relation to the ghost voters. I've mentioned this a few times, right? Ghost voters. I believe there's millions of people out there that have never voted in their entire lives. And there's millions of people also within these current members of other parties that are also going to vote for Restore Britain, but they're probably just going to be quiet about it because they're getting lampooned everywhere. So I think there's millions of ghost voters that will just turn up on the day and vote for Restore Britain. Like Lord of the Rings when Aragorn goes into that mountain and recruits the army of the dead. It's a bit weird calling all the voters dead ghosts, but there we go. That's the analogy you've got to live with. So then I moved on to this thing, which is absolute weird, horrid, disgusting bullshit. But there we go. That is that's the government of Western nations right now. What they do is they import millions of people into the country. They let these low IQ savages sexually assault the population, murder them, do all kinds of horrible things. And then when the victims seek help from the government, instead of offering them counseling or deporting the people that they deported into the country that did the crime in the first place. And by the way, the kids that did that to that young Spanish girl, I don't believe they got sentences because they were classed as minors. So not only were they allowed to roam the streets, not only was she not given justice for what happened to her, instead of offering her therapy, they offered to kill her. And now she's dead because the state was like, yeah, you're feeling kind of sad about getting group raped. Well, you can always kill yourself. We'll even help you. That's how evil our governments are, guys. Like, they're proper next level demons. And of course, you've got the up until 9 months abortions as well, which is mental. It's like burning the candle at both ends, isn't it? And people talk about birth rates and stuff like this and say, oh, our fertility rate is not as high as theirs. It's not as high, our fertility rate. Yeah. If they were killing 250,000 babies every year, their fertility rate wouldn't be as high as ours. It's got nothing to do with fertility. I think the English people are pretty fertile. It's just we're killing the babies. If you got rid of the abortion, and I know this is a sensitive topic, but if you got rid of the abortions, we would have a replenishable birth rate. Did you know that? If we just stopped with the mass killing of children. Anyway, sensitive topic, I'll move on. Paul Thorpe, let's not say anything about him because he loves the attention, doesn't he? Everything you say about him, he uses that to make himself look like the victim, and then gets more money from his subscribers. So let's leave him alone. Just sit back and smile. I think this is Alex Phillips talking some shit about something. Oh, she made something up, didn't she? That was it. There was a letter going around saying that Restore Britain's membership, 60% of it came from abroad. Turns out the Electoral College confirmed that that was complete bullshit. What I found funny about that was the clip. She did a poll. I don't want to keep saying it to them. She did what the Civnats do. They claim that they've done research and that they're really smart, and then they hang themselves with their own words. She was like, "Yeah, I've done loads of research into this." Apparently, 60% of their voter base, their membership, is from abroad, and then the Electoral Commission immediately confirmed that that was bullshit. So that's cool. I like it when people eat crow. The next video, we've got Rupert Law just being a based, badass, pro-British, pro-English, mega Chad. And yeah, I just made a compilation of reasons why I think Restore Britain is going to win. Because what I think it boils down to this, right? You've got two sides of this argument. And you've got one side saying, there is no hope. It's already over. You've lost. Give up your country. We have to have an alliance with Islam. We have to accept the foreigners. We have to accept that they're going to be here forever. You can never get your country back. Cool. Definitely going to vote for that. Or you got the other side going, you know what? We can fucking do this, lads. I know we can do this. Do you know why? Because the English can literally do anything they want. You see what happens, and I saw a video talking about this. So if anyone recognizes this kind of logic, you know where I've seen it. See, what happens is the English, but also the white race in general, goes through a series of cycles. And what happens is we grow comfortable, a little bit too comfortable with the world, with our countries, societies. Everything becomes a little bit too easy, and we take our eye off the ball. And then we allow these invaders to come into our countries and start doing horrible things. And we start to get more anxious. The anxiety levels rise. And then after a moment, white people just snap and we take over the fucking world. That's happened time and time and time again throughout history. You've got the Romans, you've got the Greeks, you've got the British. The Americans kind of did it a little bit. You've got the Germans. You've got a lot of people throughout history that have just went, you know what, we've had enough of this shit. And it's usually because they receive invasions or threats of invasions themselves. Like the Greeks were hounded and pushed into a corner by the Persian Empire. And then we're just like, you know what, had enough of this, have some back. And I don't think people realize, because I know you've had other countries or other people that have gained empires, but it's like a sporadic thing that happens maybe because there was an opportunity. I think what happens, particularly with white people, is that we don't really seek it out. It's just that we get pushed into a corner and something snaps in our mind, and we don't stop when that happens, because we know the consequences of stopping. And while it's within living memory, we just keep on conquering. And I think that's probably going to happen again. So a lot of people say that the white race is going to get wiped out, right? I don't think so. I think we are going to snap. And I think everyone will regret pushing us into this corner. And the world will see a new empire rise. I don't know what it will look like, but it's going to be huge. And I don't think we'll stop. Maybe it might be the entire world this time that has to be subjugated, and then we'll take it easy. I don't know. And I'm not saying I want it to happen, but I don't want to be invaded and wiped out in my own country either. I don't want to be a minority in my own country, like the English are a minority in London. There's a certain thing that you do to a people that causes them to flip the fuck out. And I think they're doing it. I think they're doing it to us. So we'll see what happens. Consequences. Let's see what happens. Again, maybe this is another turning of the wheel in Western history. All right, so Nigel Farage, why we all know they suppress certain videos. Oh, I was talking about the previous video that I made because I showed proof, and I honestly can't be asked doing this because it's such a ball ache because no one ever believes you. I was just showing them like clipping views off my channel because when you release a video, you get like a bar thing and it shows how many views you get per minute. And it never goes down, guys. It just shows you how many you've got per minute. And it just goes like 10, 20, 50, 100, whatever. And then it was like 100. And then it went, bump, went down to 20. And I caught it because it did it a few times. I was like, what the fuck is that? And then I caught it doing it live. So I put that online. Believe me or not, it's up to you. I'm not trying to create any sympathy. I just wanted people to see that whenever I make a really cutting video about someone, because the video that got clipped was of Nigel Farage, and it was just showing every time he'd lied. Well, not every time. That would be like a 3-hour long video, but you know, all the big lies that he's had. I didn't talk about his offshore bank accounts or the fact that he's been bought by oligarchs, and those oligarchs not exactly pro-British, and they've had secret meetings with the government and what do you call them? The defense contracts. Yeah, they've been engaged with defense contracts and all kinds of sweet deals and all just stuff behind the table, under the table. So I didn't really go into stuff like that. I was just talking about the outright blatant lies. Still a long video. But yeah, I just wanted to highlight that, you know, there are shenanigans on YouTube. There is stuff that happens where you make a video, it does really well, and then suddenly the floor just falls out from under it. Even though, again, like this might be boring for you guys, but you've got something in YouTube called a CTR, and it's a click-through ratio. It means how often people look at your video and then click through it. I might show you this actually, if I can. It's just interesting for you guys because my CTR is usually in the teens, which is, I've heard, pretty high. But we'll have a look, just so you can see I'm telling the truth. Right, remove that one, delete it, then add this one. So annoying. Why can't I just do this more naturally? Share, add it to the screen. All right, there we go. So let's look at the CTR on my videos. So we'll look at this one. Oh, I have to fucking click into it, don't I? So analytics, reach. So this has got a 10.5. That's not great. That's really bad, actually, for me. But it's doing pretty badly, actually. It's only got 5,000 views as well. What about this one? Analytics, reach. So this has still got a 9.2, and this is more than 24 hours later. That's pretty good. That's not bad, actually. What about this one? We just looked into the future. Analytics, reach. A 12.7, more than 24 hours later. That's really not bad. That's actually pretty good. Most people, when they release a video, it's 12.7, never mind 24 hours later. And it just showed, like, look at the way it drops off. I know this is normal, right? But it's just, I don't get any peaks. It just feels like my subscribers see it, and only my subscribers, even though I've got 57 subs, so I'm obviously talking shit. But it just doesn't feel like natural. 12.7% still. If that means 12.7% of everyone that sees that thumbnail clicks on it, and it's only got 18,000 views. Mental. Anyway, you can get my point. You might be bored by this. But I just want to show you guys that, you know, YouTube's not fair all the time. And I think I do a pretty good job. But yeah, that's life, I suppose. You just can't get everything that you want all the time. At least, fingers crossed, touch wood, not been banned yet. Well, not yet. No shenanigans to destroy this channel yet. The other one got fucked, but, you know. That's why if you've been watching me for quite a while, guys, you'll realize that this channel only goes back 1 year. The other one went back 2 years, I think, or 3 years. But I removed it because it had a permanent strike on it. And if you've got a permanent strike, that's on your ID. So all someone had to do was go back on that video and give that channel, I think, another permanent strike or 2. And that's it, you're banned from YouTube forever. So it's just worth nuking the channel, even though it's a lot of hard work. A lot of videos have been lost. But It's the way it works. All right, guys. I don't know what else to talk about, to be honest. I'm knackered, and I just wanted to get on here and fulfill my promise. But I'll go through some of the questions now, if I can. In fact, does anyone want to join me on stage? Vino, is Vindicator still here? Let us know in the chat, dude. I don't mind sharing the screen with someone. No, I think he's gone. Right, I'll read some comments then. Yeah, I'm doing good. Thanks, Stefan Ward. Not too bad. A little bit tired though. Snapped a long time ago. Yeah, I know the English are just waiting, I think. Rupert Lowe's the last chance. I think democracy's gone if we don't get him in. I mean, there's no fucking chance that I'm just going to sit back through another reform government, which is the Uni Party, and just see them just backtrack on everything, guys. Like, I'm so pissed off with politicians, the lying bastards. YouTube banned our flag. Yeah, what the fuck, YouTube? Why have you banned the English flag? That's bullshit, by the way. You haven't banned anyone else's. Who invaded Scotland? Well, it was the English, because we invaded everyone. We're fucking amazing. The Asphalt, British law. I love the Scottish, by the way. They're super inventive. A lot of the inventions that they attribute to the British were actually Scottish inventions. England, one nation. George Orwell wasn't his name. He was part of the predictive programming. Don't know what you're talking about. No retreat, no surrender. Agreed. Still seeing posts about Restore. Mate, the Restore Reform merger is absolute dog shit. That would go against every single thing that Rupert Lowe stands for. He's repeatedly said he would never, ever work with Nigel Farage ever again. The guy tried to get him arrested. There's no chance, absolutely no chance of that. And Rupert Lowe's on record saying that he wouldn't work with any of the disgusting, treasonous, quisling politicians that were part of the last Tory government or this Labour government. No, it's impossible, guys. Absolute bullshit. Stand firm. Living in London is grim every day. Yeah, dude, I lived in London myself for about 3 years. It was awful. Getting on the tube in the morning was just vile. What a vile experience to have to put through. Like, not only have you got to go work in a shit job, but you've got to stand on the tube next to a bunch of stinky foreigners. Farage has paid opposition. I mean, literally, he's literally paid by oligarchs and God knows who else. He's paid by randos on what's that face app you uses. You can pay him like £5 to make a dick of himself. Although he's banned that now. Apparently, for security reasons, he's got rid of that. Security reasons being his security because he looks like a dick. Not allowed to notice. We're never allowed to notice, guys. Don't speculate either. Don't talk about it. Don't look back in anger. Don't do anything. Don't be English either. I don't think YouTube recommends. I don't think YouTube recommends your channel much. I can tell because Andy the bloody cabbie has more subs than you. I don't know, mate. Whatever. If someone has more subs than me, maybe they're just doing a better job. Your channel's way better. You're cooler and flatter me much. How dare you? You think that will work? Keep going. Definitely keep going. Dino, our lovely Paul Morris. Paul Morris is in the chat, everyone. Tell him to chew his food properly. Oh, you delete it, the strike comes off. No, that doesn't work. British, but if you delete any video that they put a strike on, it doesn't come off. It takes 3 months for a strike to come off. And if they hit you with the same kind of warning, by the way, it's not a strike, it's a warning. The strike comes after a repeated warning. So you get a warning on your channel, and then that takes 3 months to be removed. If you get the same warning within that 3-month period, that becomes a strike. The strike is never removed. It's permanent. Old Thorpe snitching to Tommy Shekels somewhere. Who cares what he thinks? You have to be in league with the Zionists, Dino. Thorpe's channel grew from... Maybe I need to inquire about my 7,000 shekels. Maybe then it'll start to grow. No, guys, I can't be asked. I can't, like, all this Paul Thorpe shit, I really can't be asked. You're a star, Dino. Thank you very much. Is Ragnar? Hang on. Is there any other... Is Vindicator still here? Is anyone still here that was here in the beginning? I've bored everyone off. Let me find out. I don't know how to do this, guys. Prepare and organize. Yeah. I think this is it, guys. When it comes to restore Britain, it's just about convincing people now and making sure that they're aware when the opportunity is there, they need to strike. We're only going to have one chance at this. And I'm hoping they can organize in time for the local elections, at least get some people in, because that would be awesome, right? You know, at least they've got some kind of presence. I know they've got some councillors now that have oh, do you know what would be awesome? Oh, God, do you know what would be awesome, guys? If all of the Reform UK councillors, they were like, yeah, we love Reform UK. They're awesome. Yeah. We're going to stand Reform UK. And then as soon as they get elected, they just, they abscond to restore Britain. They were like, I tricked you. That would be awesome. You know what, guys? I'm gonna just put the link out there, so whoever wants to join in can join in, and we'll have a little chat. Because I'm not a talker. I'm really not. I'm a thinker, guys. I'm a thinker. So what I'm gonna do, if I can, is share the link. The fuck do I do this? No, I don't want to share that. What the hell is that? No. I don't know how to share the link. Wait. Oh, no, I've got it. I'm smart. Dude, I'm so smart. Look, right? If you join the chat and you're a twat, I'm going to kick you out, all right? Because I'm tired and I haven't got much patience. So don't come in just to annoy me, because you won't last long. If you want to have a good conversation, then you can come in. Right, the chat's in the link's in the chat. I'm broken. Where's it gone? Jesus, it's moving quick. There it is. If it's gone already, you can just type it in slowly. You're probably not going to vote your way out of this. Yeah. Do you know how dumb that sounds? Like, it might be true, but why would you blackpill someone into not doing anything at all? Oh, we're not going to vote our way out of this. All right, I won't do fuck all then. Oh, Restore Britain's a party. Yeah, but you can't vote your way out of it. I'm not going to do shit. Oh, I'm just going to stay at home and wank off. I mean, what are you doing? But that's a terrible attitude. Oh, I've got Graham Moore and someone called Zish Techeron. All right.
Can I get my eggs?
Yeah, hey, Dino, Zish, how you doing?
Yeah, not bad, buddy. How are you?
Yeah, good.
Good afternoon.
Oh, 1 minute.
I can't put my camera up because I'm laying in bed with a back.
Oh, well, this is going to be amazing content then. If you join the chat, by the way, guys, and you're in the lobby or whatever, I'll get to you eventually. I just don't want more than 2 people up at once. And if you join the lobby and you've got no device connected, I'm obviously going to exit you out the lobby, because that means you've got no cam and no mic, which would mean you'd be a pretty shitty guest. I'll be honest, if I put you on the stage and you had no cam or mic. So just they're the rules. All right. So Graham Moore, I've heard that you've found out what an Englishman is now.
Yeah, I actually saw your video earlier. It was very good. I can't see why it's so difficult for people to understand, and you put it out there very succinctly. Hopefully, people share that video. But yeah, no, I did think that was funny. But you made a point earlier about Restore being the last shot. My honest opinion is we're already in a civil war.
Yeah.
And people need to understand that if you don't gravitate to Restore, who are giving us 70 to 80% of what we want, right? Then everything's lost. And you have to align the regiments to make sure that you're all going in one particular direction. But you also said something else, just briefly. I had a conversation with someone, and don't forget I run a political party as well, which is hard work with all the regulations. I don't think Restore registered in time or got their approval in time to be in local elections all around England or Wales or Scotland or whatever. I think they can stand in Norfolk. I think other areas they're not allowed to.
I think what they need is to stand in at least one or two places to show that they're viable. Because if they win in the places that they stand in, that's going to be a massive. That's going to show us. It'll be a show of strength, and set the challenge down to the other parties. It will basically be saying to the rest of them, if we stand, we will win. And I like that gauntlet that will be laid down. I like that idea of it as well.
Yeah, no. So again, this is I don't know what their strategy is. I do know that they've been set up for some time in Norfolk and especially Great Yarmouth. So they are going to absolutely annihilate that, and everyone's going to see it from there. But what I'm concerned about is people think that they can stand in other local elections. It won't be because they haven't got the candidates. It won't be any of them things. It'll be that the Electoral Commission have delayed registering them, so they go slightly out of time, and then you have to be within a certain time period of registering before you can stand in that local election. And I don't think that, again, I might be wrong, that they can stand in all these other local elections.
Oh,
they can in North.
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, they can in North, and they can in Great Yarmouth. I mean, when I went to Great Yarmouth, their support there from all over the place is fantastic. Like within, I don't know, a few days of announcing they was going to make an announcement and launch, there was over 1,000 people attended that conference. So they've got the support.
Oh, Restore Britain will only ever grow in popularity because they are speaking for the native people. And you can't lose by speaking to the electorate. That's why the Greens are winning, because they're speaking to their voter base. They're telling the foreigners, we're going to take everything from the English and give it to you. So they fucking won, didn't they? They know exactly what they're doing. We just need to do the same thing. We need to say, we're going to address the problem that has been afflicting this country, the cancer that's been infecting it, and we're going to do something about that. And they'll win on that ticket. Of course, you're going to have like the psycho Ziobots and leftists that love Islam and want this weird commie Islam multicultural future. You're going to get the psychos that will side with the people that want to destroy the country. But I think actually they're just a minority of people. They do shout the loudest, but I think they're an extreme minority.
Yes. Yeah. My friend Mark was saying, go into the council. You know, like when they have these council meetings, it's important that if lots of us go in, we don't let each other know we know each other, and then we can like shut them down, because he says they're not that smart, because they're enforcing global to local on a local level, aren't they? You know, these councils. That's like the
I
global.
can guarantee they're not that smart.
No, they're not that smart. No, my friend Mark was doing it back in the day. They'd go in and, you know, they'd go and shut them down, you know. So I seen a lady the other day, the edge of the matrix. He had this woman, she's trying to stop the whole transgender movement. And that one woman alone went in, but she now needs a team of other people so they can kind of like shut down these globalist ideas. But my focus is food security anyway, like, you know, food and kind of medicine and all that kind of stuff, like growing your own food.
Well, that's a good reason to vote for Restore Britain then, because Rupert Law is a farmer. He knows exactly what to do to get the farms productive again. Like getting rid of the subsidy tax, where they pay the farmers not to grow any crops in the fields, and instead just sprinkle wild seed and let it just go.
They've been at this for a long time, right? Because I remember when they shut down they paid them in Somerset to get rid of your orchards, which is just ridiculous, you know. But this has been going on for a very long time, isn't it? We need to, you know, it's quite simple really, to take back the food, take back the medicine, take our kids out of schools, because the schools are broken, aren't they? You know, the NHS is broken.
Yeah, the schools are fucked. But that's the long, slow march through the institutions. It starts, I mean, the stuff that they're teaching the kids now, you know, gender ideology and trans ideology, they're teaching that in nursery and stuff like that. It's crazy.
Yes,
I was talking about this the other day, because Keir Starmer was saying that not only do they teach this to the children, but it's illegal for the parents to find out what they're teaching in the class. So he's a nasty little robot man, isn't he?
Yeah, they are. It's beyond. It's beyond now. I've not sent my kids to school for 20 plus years. So even my 10-year-old, I was saying to him today, like, you know, just they got their heads screwed on. But we need to bring back logic, rhetoric. You know, if there's going to be schooling, we need to bring it back. But it needs to be different. Like everything needs. We need a renaissance of some sort. You know. So this Rupert Lowe, my son's like studying, like, you know, politics and all that, you know. My daughter thinks like we need an end of democracy, but I'm at a point now where I'm like, well, like, if it's broken, don't we just, you know, do we have like it's almost like Rupert Lowe, like, I agree with you, is the last kind of like bastion of if we can actually do this, because then we have to repeal a lot of these acts, haven't we? Like these what's the one called where the Treason Act. We need to repeal these things, don't we, and get back to some sort of common sense and something real. The
most important one, as not minor but major, but that assists everyone, is annulling or abolishing. So there's a difference between repeal and annulling, and it's really important that people get that right. So without being technical, I'm not going to get into the technical detail of it. But the one that you need to annul is the British Nationality Act of 1948 and 1981, because that's the one that allows foreigners, 1, to be in Parliament, 2, to be in the Lords, 3, to be in every council and every mayoralship. I'll give you an example. Sadiq Khan. If you go straight in and abolish the British Nationality Act, the English Constitution forbids him from being the mayor.
So Rupert Law, Restore Britain, they've already talked about this. They've talked about not allowing any foreigners to stand in Parliament. Now, I don't know how far they're going to go with that. I want it to be anyone that's not English to be represented in England. I don't believe that you should be allowed to be represented in. We need our own Parliament, right? Scotland's got theirs. The Welsh have got theirs. The Northern Irish probably needs some kind of representation as well, because they're in the wilderness. And then we need to allow each Parliament, or each, maybe devolution, I don't know what's going to happen there, but we need to stop allowing actual foreigners to have say anything in our countries, and that means the police force, the army, local councillors, mayoralships, parliament, obviously. But then it's like the charities as well. You shouldn't have charities that are run by foreigners in our country, because it usually just goes to their own communities. There's all kinds of, as we saw in Minnesota, right, with the Somalis. They're just sneaky bastards about it, aren't they? You can't trust them. So yeah, I'd get rid of all of that. Big overhaul, big job. It's going to, like it's going to be super painful. And what he means by that is there's going to be violence against the English for wanting to do this.
NGOs or open society, just like shut it down, isn't it? Shut down the open society. Yeah.
Get rid of all the quangos, all of the outside lobbyists. Get rid of the Zionism, the ADL, all of it. Get rid of all of it.
Yeah, and if we have someone like Rupert in, and then like the solutions, I think are quite simple. It's like if we're left, if we can do it bottom up and have the real community, not this occupied community. Like the solutions are simple. I live on a mountain. There's loads of land. I said to the kids yesterday, I said the amount of land we've passed by, we could be feeding the people of Wales. I can show small little market gardens. Unfortunately, they're flying. You know, they're pure socialists flying the Palestine flag. But they're showing you that they can grow food in one little area, and they're feeding, right? But like even the economies, like the education, it needs to be on like Austrian School of Economics, not this brainwashing economics where people that want to grow food, look, there's loads of land, grow food, don't complain about it, create, have milk. There's like loads of good stuff that we can do. I think that also geoengineering would be good to stop the geoengineering because of all this climate shit. Give us back the sun.
So that's, again, you're talking about stuff that's already good, like it's already in the works. They talked about this. You just mentioned something there about education. Graham, what was the old, it's on the tip of my tongue, the old teaching method that we got rid of?
Oh, is it the trivium?
The trivium. We need to bring that back as well.
Yeah, there was Mortimer Adler. In America, they've got a home education, Catholic home education, and they teach the kids like Greek, Latin, trivium. I just bought the logic course myself, and it's like, but they know it, right? They're keeping that banner alive. And Adler was teaching people like how to read a book, and it's so important, Sir Roger Scruton is a great example, isn't he, of a working class man that went to grammar school, and I think his dad said to him something like, "Look what happened to you," But he was equipped, isn't it? The children need to be equipped with the thinking skills, don't they, to challenge.
Same as what people don't realise is that Lord Denning, and bearing in mind he wrote a particular lecture for the Hamlin lectures, Freedom Under the Law. He was in each one of the Inns of Courts. He was a Lord Chief Justice. He ran rings around everyone. He partially educated himself. He was working class. He couldn't afford the Latin and the algebra course that he took in mathematics, and he had to work and get and pay for them courses himself. People don't realise he was a working class judge, and he said there's actually a clip of him which I've got where he said, "An Englishman." I would always stand by an Englishman, even in court. He said the only time an Englishman got a fair trial was when I was on a bench and he had a jury. And he said if it went to appeal, if he had me on his appeal bench, he knew he had one person in support. And he was a working class judge.
What do you think about the way that Brexit was handled, or the way that it was? Let me reframe that. Do you think Brexit was legitimate to begin with, or do you think that it was something that we were never supposed to vote for and they've tried to destroy afterwards?
Do you want me to answer that?
Sure.
Right. So my personal opinion. So there's two things to be said. The first thing I'll get out of the way quite quickly, and I won't go technical with it, is that when we won the referendum, and I was at the count in Dartford, right? 75% of people in that area voted to leave, right? So the first thing is they did something terribly wrong, which was they repealed the European Communities Act of 1972 when they should have abolished it because it was ultra-vires in the first place. In other words, it was unlawful. It went against the supremacy clause of the English Bill of Rights. It should never have been law in the first place. That's the first thing. And that was a big mistake. And hopefully Restore's going to be listening to what these mistakes were. The second, and you've sort of aligned to it slightly, or alert to it slightly, I personally believe that Nigel Farage was always part of the controlled opposition to take us into a system, to get us out and take away everything that had been put in place as protections prior to that, and especially by Margaret Thatcher. And by the way, I don't like Margaret Thatcher, but there were protections put in place and they had to remove them. So when they took you back in, you was nothing, right? And they continued with regionalisation. Regionalisation is about destroying England, right? So I always suspected that Nigel Farage was controlled opposition from the start. Why do I say that? Because there was a massive movement early on, and you're going back 25 years ago, 30 years ago, for English independence, and unionists had to get in and destroy it. They brought in Nigel Farage, and then he headed up UKIP, and UKIP in effect was a unionist exit rather than in an England remove themselves from the union. Why is it important? Because, and this happened, right? When Scotland had their referendum, if Nigel Farage was true to his word and just wanted us to be sovereign nations again, instead he went to Scotland and tried to persuade the Scots to stay in the union. If they had left the union then, our union, the UK, right, we would have been out of the European Union by default, out of the United Nations agreements by default, and they knew that. And that's why they went up there and said, what he went up there and tried to persuade them to stay. So if anyone was really about, I'll give you an example, Gerard Batten, if you should get him on the show, right? He will tell you.
Yeah, I like him.
He's an English nationalist. He will openly tell you that, right? He believes in independence for England. And that's why Nigel Farage, a unionist, and Gerard Batten never got on.
Well, you mentioned how Nigel Farage could be part of the deep state, and there's a reason why I think there's a real possibility of that. And again, you just look at his history. Every single time Nigel Farage has popped up in history, it's been to destroy an English first movement. And he's been openly gloating, even recently, last week, saying that his proudest achievement is stopping the far right. What does he see as the far right? English first policies.
Exactly.
An England for the English, a country that isn't multicultural, a country where a Welsh person isn't someone that's been there 5 years and pays taxes. That's what Nigel Farage stands for. And everything that he's done and everything that he says seems to be like he is containment. I mean, he's had conversations, although you can't really believe what anyone says behind closed doors, but there's a lot of people say that he's only ever been interested in how rich he can make himself in as little time as possible. That's why you see him doing those fucking cameos for like 20 quid, saying big chungus and all that bullshit.
I agree. So getting back to what you just said there, especially about Nigel Farage. I mean, I run a political party. We only created a political party because what they was doing during lockdown was against English constitutional rights. So I'm not going to say, because it's on YouTube, I won't go into any other detail than that. But people asked us to do it, and we did it, right? My point with Restore is that we've already put forward, and I'll put it out on Twitter, we will not stand against Restore Britain, because Restore Britain means restore England, restore Scotland, restore Wales, restore Northern Ireland, restore Cornwall. That's what we want. That's what we want, right? And Rupert Lowe is already talking about all of these things and about our rights, etc. What I'm trying to get across here is that Nigel Farage would never back down, but he's about him. And what I've said to people and our membership, this isn't about me. This is about our country. This is about taking our country back, right? And you need to align with people to do that. You need to be able to compromise with people to do that. And let me just say this. You don't bang up your opposition, which is exactly what he did or tried to do with Rupert Lowe, right? So someone like me is going to stand up and say that is the most outrageous liberty you've ever done. And the people out there should know exactly what you try to do to him.
I think it's what...
You're on mute, I think.
No, I shouldn't be. I think it's probably, like you said, it's one of the most disgusting things that I've ever seen. And it was so blatant as well.
I don't know why.
Like it was...
But I can't hear you. It might be...
Chat,
me.
can you hear me?
I haven't touched anything on my keypad, though.
Can you hear me, chat?
Let me see if that's coming up.
Well, they can hear both of us, dude, so... Graham Moore, the boomer. Let's talk shit about him while he can't hear us.
So can I ask a question? So did we lose power when this is to Graham Moore? You know, like this, well, both of you really, you know, the War of the Roses, is that where we lost the true king of like Britain? And then we were somehow, because there's all that Reformation and stuff as well, isn't there?
Oh, dude, I'm glad he's gone because that sounds boring as fuck. I'll be honest with you. I don't want to hear about the Reformation, not right now. Fucking hell.
Oh, right, okay.
I want to hear about what we can do now, like living now.
Yeah. But can we get back? Yeah. So we're gonna
he's gone forever.
Solutions, right?
He said he had a bad back. It's probably just snapped in half.
All right. Yeah, no, so solution based, right? That's what I do. I'm solution based. What can we actually do today? You know, and be a visionary optimist. You know, that's, hey, your meme was fantastic as well. It had me in chuckles. And I think just focusing on the vision, not all these blithering regurgitators and these Life of Brian type people. Even Life of Brian was better because he was like, I'm not your messiah. Fuck off. We need to get back, don't we? We do need to restore this land. That's what I thought about the whole original Trump thing. I thought, well, what's wrong with actually making the country great again? That's a good thing. That's a good idea. So anyway.
No, I agree. Dino is tired and hungry and not himself. I'm not tired. Well, I am myself. This is how I am all the time. I'm always a sarky, miserable...
1 foot in the grave.
Bastard.
1 foot in the grave.
Yeah. Everyone thinks I've got a 90-year-old soul in a 40-year-old body. I'm way older than I look.
Yes, sir. Yeah. You're certainly equipped. My friend Mark as well, man. My friend Mark's so dry. But the thing is, like, a lot of people left because of that online armed safety bill because we're over the target now, aren't we? It's the strategies now that we implement to create the change, and that's what we need. Like, and I actually think we're due a renaissance more than anything. We are due a renaissance. We need, you know, there's so much good we can do. I know a gentleman over in West Coast America. He's putting an Earth transmitter in, but all these freaking Soros groups and Greenpeace groups, they would go in and smash up the laboratory. We need made in England. We need that back. Like I collect old antique electrotherapy devices that were used in the hospitals up until 1950. It's like, why am I and National Trust gardens, why are they supposed to be history? They could be functioning places where we grow food, you know. And then all these, like, all over Wales, you've got natural resources. Wales, it's just, they just occupied the land. It's like, no, give us back the land and let's do shit with it, because just seeing it as a place that we can go and look at is not creating any change. We need food, we need production.
You're in Wales, right? You've said that a couple of times. Yeah. You guys are going to vote for Plaid Cymru, right?
No, I ain't voting for Plaid Cymru.
It looks like they're going to get in. They're the most batshit. They're literally the most batshit crazy.
They're using the Welsh language. They're using, we're Welsh. You know, it's like, no, the English took the Welsh away from you, then gave it back, and now it's it's totally
batshit crazy.
Yeah, they
fucking mental. They're worse than the Greens. They're off the scale. They're the ones that are They're the ones that are making the Welsh kids write to the boat bastards, giving them Valentine's cards and stuff like this. Like, they're proper nuts. How are the Welsh people voting for them? Is it just because they're speaking Welsh? Is that how easy it is?
I think that's
mental.
My mate Mark said it's because something happened when they took away the language. He just says, like, they just want to be left alone. That's their mindset. We want to be left alone. So they haven't got any fight.
So why are they bringing more and more of the boat bastards? Because they're proper open borders.
Well, it's this, isn't it? It's like the councils are getting that, aren't they? They're getting the money. That's what it comes down to. If you shut down the money, I think, and you root out that globalist occupied places, I think that's the one we got to just root out these global to local councils that are
bring
taking
back treason.
I think so.
Bring back treason. Make it retroactive.
Yeah, if my daughter was on there, if my daughter was on there, right, speaking her mind, man, she's got some very harsh. You know, a lot of people see it as harsh, but she knows what's going on. She doesn't even think democracy. They want to see change. So I think I've done a good job as a dad. You know, self-educating them because they're equipped. Yeah, no, we do. We need to get back to, well, obviously. Going back to what worked, there's nothing wrong with looking at the past, but then it's bringing it into the future, isn't it? You've got to bring what's worked and what's not working and discard that which isn't working.
I know exactly what works. It's called being English and having an English country. The last time that happened, we had an empire. So I know exactly what works.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know about the Welsh guys.
Yeah,
you guys, you can come along for the ride.
No, I watched your video on with the gentleman saying about his dad George and the other gentleman George, and yeah, if that doesn't get you, nothing's gonna wake you up. You know, at that point, it reminds me also that there was like Charlie Chaplin's speech that was pretty powerful, and If by Rudyard Kipling, amazing. You know, we're rooted in this. There's so much good. Yeah, you know, we've got an amazing library down in Lampeter. It's got one of the East Indian Tea Company's physicians donated all these books, and it's all just down there in a locked away. But the universities for the last 220 years they're just now occupied with global citizens. They've rented out the old church to the Chinese with the Confucius Chinese for 100 years. It's like what?
I know, dude. It's all part of the same thing. It's part of the same thing. It's just getting the country back. Everything that you've been talking about is just getting the country back, but different facets of it. Yeah. Zish, I'm going to wrap this up now. Thank you for thanks for coming on. I'm pretty tired, so I'm going to start wrapping this up.
Yeah.
I'll just drop me a line next time, and I'll make sure that you can come back on. All right, buddy.
Anyway, look, rest well, bane of, and have a great evening. Bye for now.
You too, buddy. Bye-bye. All right, guys. So, like I said, I'll listen. If you've got any questions, then put them in the thing. I'm going to put some links if you want to check them out. The first link is the website. The second link is going to be my Discord. The Discord is really good. I've got a version of the Discord on my website, by the way, but it's in the members only area. But everything else on there is free. If you want to go check it out, you can check out the news. Just click on there daily. It shows you right-wing news, the stuff that you don't really find easily on other websites. And then there's this link here, which is my Discord chat. This is really good if you just want to talk to like-minded people. That's it. Just say what you want. It's got a couple of moderators on there, but they're balanced. They're not going to just kick you for nothing. It's a nice place to hang out and just chat shit. And do I have any other links? Oh, I do. If you're on X, guys, add me on X, because I'm a little bit more forthright on X, and I say things that I'm not allowed to say on YouTube. So if you want to find out what I really think, even though I say a lot of stuff on here, if you want to find out what I really think, then go on X. Here's the link for the X. I'll also post them in the comments or something. Oh, they're in the description on all my videos anyway, so just check them out. I'll read some comments now, guys. This guy just says the same thing every comment every comment on every video. Dino, that's it. Intellectual superiority. I love it. What else? I'll just quickly go through. I'll do the chats actually. Paul Ruddick says a new member became a YouTube. Nice one, buddy. We've got Paul. Paul said money goes far in Thailand. He's jealous of your exchange. The funny thing is, guys, I'm not even in Thailand anymore. So good luck trying to find me there. Saint Gravisi says, we know who we are. Okay, that is true. I am fucking English. JJ says hi. Oh no, he just says £5. Well, I appreciate it anyway. Thank you very much. Vishen V or 5 Ishen 10 Nishi 5 says, American here, love your content. The global Western awakening is upon us, which shall manifest. Just say no to the gaslighting, we'll get through it. Yeah, it's being awake to it, guys, that's all. You just have to be awake to it. Another new member, Mib67. Thank you very much, darling. See, I don't care about being called sexist. I'll call you darling all day. We've got the same guy. I'm not going to do the thing again. Vishen 10 Nishen 5. I did it anyway. Ever jump on VC on your Discord? What's VC? I don't know what that is. That's like a different language or something. VC. Video content, voice. I don't know what that means. But yeah, I'm on my Discord all the time. It's just I don't comment much because it's exhausting doing this. I'll be honest, guys. Doing YouTube is kind of mentally taxing. I don't know if you're aware. Dude, how much have you given? You nutcase. Oh, have I just mentioned you a few times? Yeah, I just did you a few times, haven't I? Anyway, Godspeed, all Western countries. Appreciate it, buddy. And final one, Jess writes, she says £1. Thank you very much. All right, I'll have a look at the chat now. I don't know, guys. You'll have to tell me. I keep updating it, but if it's expired, I'll just update it again. That's the second time I've been asked this. I think I know. Yeah, I know who that is, but I'm not in contact with anyone from YouTube or real life. I'm literally a hermit. I do not really go out into the public very much. It's probably why I'm good at this job. I just concentrate on this basically. You were saying it wrong. That's okay. VC stands for voice channel. Okay. Yeah, I don't think voice chat is enabled because I didn't want to be listening to a series of voice chats and not know what the fuck people are talking about unless I literally click on the voice chat. That would piss me off. So yeah, I think I removed voice chat apart from members. If you, there's some kind of membership thing on there, but I wouldn't click on it. It's not worth it. I'm Scottish. When you say I'm Scottish, I'm Scottish. When you say you want to be like what you were, when is that? I've been in a union for a long time. Or was that Irish? Kind of skinted into Irish there, didn't it? When you say you want to, we've been in a union. I'm not a unionist, but I do like being part of a union. But it's just that within this union, I feel like England is the only country that seems to like the other countries and everyone else fucking hates England. I think we're getting the raw end of the stick. You know what I mean? No, you don't. Obviously, can't be asked reading my comments as well. Dude, you always do the Dino thing. Calm down. I'm just making a joke. I'm English, and my people's West Yorkshire ancestry takes me back to the pre-Saxon kingdom of Elmet. We were never pushed west. I have some interesting things to do with my last name that I would talk about if I was willing to share what my last name was. But yeah, I go back a long, long way. Or my family does anyway. Discord is okay, but some people can be knobs. I'd stay away from X, mate. I don't think X is for you. All right. Couple more comments. Hi, Dino, a bit late to the live. Well, I'll tell you what, Joanne Doyle, just because you're so lovely, if you want to ask me a question, I'll answer it before I go. Your Scottish was pure dead brilliant, Dino Brain. Thank you very much, mate. Thank you very much. I thought it skewed to the Irish at the end. That is international info. Scotland, Wales. Facts, you have to pay the entire Wales. I don't really need to do mine. Like a lot of people do this, but I'm not interested in finding out just how English I am, although I think I'm probably like 1000%, but I don't need it. I know within my soul and my heart that I am a part of these lands, and that's good enough for me. It's like my video that I made. I was like, if you need to ask the question, then you're probably not English. Yeah, the UK, well, Great Britain, it's a political union, and England is the biggest contribution in money via tax. It's true. I mean, the Scottish, they don't pay for university. I don't think they pay for prescriptions. I'm not sure about the Welsh, but it's probably the same. The Northern Irish, you'll have to tell me in the comments whether what you guys pay. But yeah, the English, we pay more in tax and we get less back. It's not a good deal. Barbara says, love your work. Keep up the great work. I will try. What was the girl's name? That Leanne something, right? I'm terrible with names. I don't think she left a comment. If she did, I'm really sorry. I missed it. I thought you were a dinga 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 dinga. I'll do what I want. Ah, fucking. Now I messed it up. I got a little bit self-conscious there. All right. I think I had no headphones. Well, you know, I mix it up sometimes. The thing with the AI, I had loads of people in the comments saying, "Oh, if you didn't tell me, Dino, I would never have known that was AI." The guy's mouth was morphing all over his face. Like, if you can't tell that was AI, then you're in trouble. Fuck, this chat's moving super quick. I'm trying to go through the questions. Dino, you haven't. He's Q after your surname. Esquire. You know what? I don't have an Esquire after my surname, but I do have a coat of arms, which is pretty cool. A crest. Is it a crest or a coat of arms? I don't know what you call it. All right, guys. Yeah, I can't read this fast. I'm done, guys. I made a really long and big brain video today, and I usually don't do that. Usually I'm just reacting to stuff, and I just let my personality spill out onto the screen. And I didn't. I actually thought about what I was going to say today, really thought about it, and it's done me in. My brain, it feels like I've been running a marathon, but for my brain. It's been a long time since I was in school and had to actually think about anything that wasn't beyond surface level reactions. So I don't know how to slow my chat down, guys. Like, I don't think you understand just how limited my knowledge of all of this is. So I'll try and figure it out for next time. And I did well. Yeah, I think I did well. I've even got an outro lined up. It's just my normal outro, but still, usually I just end the stream and then forget to continue with this, like the upload. and then half of like 10 minutes of the video is cut off at the end. So I'm getting better, guys. I'm getting better. All right, guys, take care. It's Sunday now, right? Oh, guys, you poor bastards. Don't think about work tomorrow. Like, just don't think about that. Don't spend the rest of the day thinking about how early you've got to get up. That would be awful if you did that, guys. Don't do that. Fuck, imagine you did that. That would be awful. Definitely don't do that. All right, guys. Bye-bye.
Dinobane, time to light the soul. Dinobane, and we could stay, both of us to know.